join in, then we'll see how we can accommodate them.
Sure. Ratish, from the earlier session, I've heard about Jagriti. I wanted to know
Mm.
more in terms of how will this course work for my kid, or if it's only for the parents, and uh, any more insights on Jagriti?
Sure, sure. Yeah. So, let me start with the point that you said, is it for the child or is it only for the parent?
Yeah.
Um, well, according to us, the person whom we need to most work on is not the child. Whether we are doing homeschooling, unschooling, whether the child is going to school, that doesn't matter. But the most important person whom we need to work on is ourselves, because we are the one who we are gifting ourselves to the child in the sense of all our energies, interactions, thinking, perspectives, beliefs, everything that we do and we think and we believe is what gets passed on to the child, right from all our emotions to actions to everything. Yeah, and if we realize that, then that's one of the most important gift to the child. Gift, you can say, or whatever word you want to use. I just like the word gift. So Jagriti is all about looking into, hey, what can I do so that I can give the best to the child. Now, when I say best to the child, it's not about tinkering the child or fixing the child or changing the child. No, 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 no. Jagriti is not about the child. Jagriti is about us understanding the child, connecting with the child, creating most importantly a kind of a relationship environment. Because when people say, hey, what kind of environment, I say it's not the physical environment that matters, it's the mental, the emotional environment, the energy environment that we create. So creating all of that with the child, for that we have to work on ourselves. So Jagriti is truly a work on self, it is not a work on the child. Although child will be the center of all the discussions, but the situations, the interactions, the experiences you have had with your child are going to be the fodder through which you can then work on yourself, understand yourself, understand the child, and see what is it that we can do, and not just what is it that we can do, how in so many different ways we can connect with the child. So that is what is Jagriti. So yeah, in a way, it's while it's a short program, it's about 11 sessions, 2 sessions in a week. It is a lot of intense work on oneself, and which won't just last for those 11 sessions. The intense work will last possibly a lifetime. At least that's the way. So that's the overarching thing, which is why we say anybody who's serious about working with their child, or whether their child or if you're working with more children, in either ways, if you're really serious, then Jagriti is a must do. Why? Because it makes you do work on yourself first. Yeah, that's my pitch. And
Sure.
in a way, if you ask me, so what will be the contents, it is all the, you can call it insights of how we can understand children, how we can look at children in so many different ways. See, any one situation can be seen with some easily from some 10, 20 different perspectives. So how we can understand each situation and capitalize on it, use it as an opportunity, that is something we will bring. And how we will bring this is, or rather, because we have worked with children for so long and we have been collecting these insights because we learned it this way from the children. So it's all our learnings, or rather the perspective that children gave us. Now we are kind of sharing it with you.
Got it.
I hope that makes, yeah, that's like a long answer to your short question.
Mhm. Also, since since you started unschooling, there is pressure from home as well and outside that you know the kid will be behind, or even if I make her do some other just the English course or just the basic math course, if I have to put her in that, they even they are of experience, the centers, and they said they say that these kids lag behind who are not going to school. I mean, school gives structure, and that's what I've been hearing. So it just gets me demotivated again. I don't know what to do.
Uh, See, you need to realize one thing. All the people who are giving you advice have not done unschooling, correct?
So,
So who are they to talk about unschooling? Who are
mm,
they to talk about that they will be weak or they will not be up to the mark? Have they ever worked with an unschooling child on a continuous basis, not evaluated the child? I can
mm,
evaluate anybody in this world. I can evaluate Trump and I can evaluate Mr. Modi and I can evaluate anybody and discard, right? People sit in front of
yeah,
the TV and start commenting on cricketers as if it is, it is you who are the expert, and
mm,
look at that person who has grueled in 20 years to come up to that
yeah,
cricket match, right? So I'm not talking about evaluation. Evaluation is rubbish, right? The most important thing is experience. Have they experience? No. So eh, please stop listening to people who have no experience of unschooling.
mm,
Yeah, listen to people who have had their children. Uh, like Preeti is there. Preeti has been there for 6 years, and there are other parents. Okay, I'm not talking for myself. I'm saying there's so many parents and so many families and so many children who have done this journey. Meet those children, meet those parents. And most important thing, don't evaluate them the way the conventional system evaluates them. They evaluate based on how much maths you know, how much science you know. Once we were
yeah,
traveling in our train, and my son would have been about what, 10, 11. I'm not exactly remembering the age. And there was this uncle, and he asked him, oh, which school do you go to? He told, I don't go to any school. I've never
mm,
gone to school. So your uncle was like very upset with this whole thing, that what is it you
mm,
parents are doing, blah blah. So just to prove his point, he started asking my son questions like, what is a noun? What is a pronoun? Yeah,
yeah,
he asked actually what is a pronoun. So my son thought a little while and said, must be a professional noun. Now,
okay,
my son had no idea what is pronoun. And believe me,
mm,
it doesn't matter to his language and to your and mine language if we know or we don't know what is a pronoun.
okay,
Yeah. Your written, reading, and spoken English does not depend on you knowing what is a pronoun.
yeah,
You can be a professional in English. In fact, he does copywriting now. He's an adult. He's a professional. He's in media and advertising business. So he actually does copywriting, which is
yeah,
exactly, he's in the writing business, right? And on top of so what and then that uncle was like discarding. You guys are messing away with his life and all of that. Why I'm giving you this example is that the outside world, the world is used to only one lens of marks, lens of the kind of knowledge that they are used to, which is math
mhm,
and English. But math and English are, believe me, not required to be learned, because we learn them most naturally. We use them day in and day out.
true,
Isn't it? Don't you use
yeah,
as an adult English or whatever language whole day? And don't you use maths as a language whole day?
yeah,
Maths is, what is maths? If you ask somebody what is maths, either people say it is a calculation, or they say it's a subject. But if you really realize, maths is neither a calculation nor a subject. Math is a language. Have you ever thought of it that way? Math is a language. You use it whole day as a language. You go to a
mhm,
fruit shop and say, give me 2 kgs bananas. The 2 kgs is a word to convey between you and him, the shopkeeper, what you want.
mhm,
Somebody is saying, I will, if you go at this speed, you will reach so in so much time to Chennai. Now, that's a way of language. It's a way of thinking through something. So when we
yeah,
understand that none of these are actually subjects, they are something that we use in a day-to-day life, then children learn them automatically. And if they need to learn a complex concept, yeah, they will learn it when they need it,
mm,
right? And and at that time they will learn it in no time. Again, I can give you example of my son. He he went into deep sea diving. He needed to learn advanced physics because he was going to go 20 meters inside the sea, which is extremely high pressure, and it's a
Mhm.
question of life and death. If you don't take care of yourself, you can die. It is that serious a sport. Yeah. But if you have to have
Yeah.
correct and complete understanding of everything, pressure, currents, you know the whole respiration system, the whole lungs, everything, and he learned it in 2 days. And they even gave a 50 marks test to him
Mhm.
just to see that, okay, has he got all the concepts right, to so that he can dive it. And he got 46 out of 50. Somebody who has never studied
Yeah.
science or maths in his life, in 2 days is scoring 46 out of 50 from a practical exam.
Mhm.
I'm just showing, because he was so interested in diving, he wanted to go diving. He would understand in 2 days flat what possibly a whole lot of us don't even know as an adult. What is the atmospheric pressure? We
Mhm.
know there is some pressure, but what is it? And how does it work on us? And why does it increase when we go inside the sea suddenly? Yeah. And what does it
Also,
do when you go in and go out? So what I'm trying to tell you is that people are only looking from the standard way of question answers and those kind of things. People are not looking at from practical point of view, number one. And number two, they have no idea what is unschooling or homeschooling, and they think that this is just one more thing before I take one more thought, is that people say, if an unschooler does something which is, let's say, not correct, let's say do a mistake, what will they blame? They will say, oh, because you are an unschooler. But if another child does it who goes to the school, they will say it is because, they will not say it is because you are a schooler. Right? If he
Right.
does the same mistake, they will say there is some problem with you. But that you missed it, or you did not learn it properly, or you are not interested, or whatever. But when an unschooler does that mistake, they will not say you are not interested. They will say unschoolers are like this only. So you will have to avoid all of this by, if somebody says something, just listen it, smile it, say thank you, and move ahead.
Mhm.
also one more example can I give for maths as a
Yes.
language?
Yes,
Such a
Preeti.
super example. It's like I've realized it very recently that it is for the commonality of terms that two people who are talking, they can understand things. Like, say, for example, if I'm saying ki, my ball, like I am using a spherical ball, or there is that. There is that building which is square in shape. There is that square building. Can you see that building? Like that, when we are talking, then if I know what is square and the person who is receiving my message also knows what is square, then we understand ki, okay, we are talking about that building. So that also is like a
Absolutely, absolutely.
language only. Yeah.
Yes, Bhavna, you were sharing something. You were saying something, Bhavna. I think I
Sorry,
overspoke
you
when you were
mute.
speaking. Yeah.
Uh, I think that made sense when you also mentioned that an unschooler, if an unschooler does not know it, they would blame that they're not going to school, and if even if a school person does something, they would not think that they're still going to school. That there's a problem in the kid itself. That is another issue, but
Yeah.
yeah, that made sense.
Yeah, another example I can give you, if a child does not want to mingle with others, in a normal schooling, the child is shy,
Mm.
correct? But
Yeah,
in an unschooler, if not mingling with others, they say, oh, because in school you get social interactions. As if
yeah.
every schooler has become an extrovert by the end of the schooling. But that's not true. People don't turn introvert or extrovert because of schooling. They are because what they want to be in their life. So,
This I
like,
have realized this very soon with my kid who is now comfortable with any age group. She
hmm,
is
hmm,
comfortable with any age group and not just a particular group. If we send her to school, maybe she'll interact with the same age. But yeah, this has benefited from not sending to school.
yes, yes. So, which is why I don't know whether you are aware, we have this deep group or deep cohort, as we call it. Are you familiar with deep?
Deep, I have seen the um, pop-ups on the group, but I've not known
Yeah.
what that is.
So deep is so initially we did not have it, but when we realized that there are so many unschoolers, homeschoolers like you out there, and what we all need, I'm saying we all because we also needed this when we were starting off like you. Now our children are adult and now we don't bother, but we also needed it. All of us needed is other homeschoolers and unschoolers around us, because then we can talk the same language, then we can share ideas without judging our children, then we can actually explore how different people are doing. So deep is a cohort, is a group. Okay, this is an online group of parents who are mostly doing unschooling and of all ages. Okay, and they meet on a regular basis. And on top of that, we are all there, as in Aarohi mentors are there who all have done this, for so many years to share our journeys, as well as there are so many parents who are doing it. And that's a group that is meeting every week, multiple times, as well as sharing on a daily basis, learning from each other. So that is a huge, apart from a huge learning. So there are two big things that happens. One is you get like zillion possibilities that you can, what you can do with your child and how you can do and where you can do, and if you have a problem or if you have a concern, so all of that gets taken care. On top of that, you get a huge uh, uh, you know relief that okay, now I'm with like-minded people, now I don't need to get bothered when somebody says something or something happens. Now I know how all the other people have been doing. Now I have enough examples to go to, and I have a feeling of belonging. Yeah, so that is the deep cohort. So that is something that I would recommend. At least when we started our journey way back, 2006, 2007, I'm talking about. Initially, we felt, oh, am I doing this right? What if this? What is that? So we thought, okay, we will meet more people. But it was very difficult. Even though, let's say you are in Bangalore, and it's very difficult to meet more unschoolers, homeschoolers. Logistically, very difficult to meet physically, because somebody will have something. So we try to attend meetups and all, but that will be once in a while. But with a group like this, which is meeting online every week, so online has made it so much more meaningful. We are interacting on a daily basis or weekly basis and learning and exploring, and even things like these, okay, can we look at maths, the examples that we were giving, or for that matter, how do we look at music, or how do we look at, let's say, theater, or how do we look at anything else also. So everything gets discussed, explored, and we become so much more richer. But the most important feeling is this. So if you are interested, that's something that I would recommend to you. Yeah, it's an ongoing thing, so you can jump into it at any point of time. But minimum membership is 1 year, so that you get into the groove of the things and all that.
Yes.
Yeah, I've shared the link also. So if you are interested, that's the space to be in, where not only you will be getting support from so many, based on your experiencing, you will be supporting others. So it's a very nice community give and take thing. It's not like a one, somebody is giving gyan. No, all of us are beautiful ecosystems in our homes, and we are all sharing with each other and learning from each other.
Mm. Got it.
So what I would like
I just thought that.
you to is, sorry.
So please go ahead.
No, you were saying something.
I had another question. Just so about any.
Yeah, I'll come to that. So what I would then, let me finish my sentence. So what I would prefer is you do Jagriti
Yeah.
first. We have a June batch starting. Yeah. So please do Jagriti and then start the deep program. That will work perfectly. Jagriti will first open you up, and then in deep you start collecting and going deeper.
Okay.
Yeah, you wanted to
So,
share something. And we also have one more person, Anamika, joining. Hi, Anamika. Looks like only today I'm on the video. So it will be nice if more people can switch on video. Otherwise, I'm only seeing my own face. Uh, you have joined in just now. We are just chit chatting. You can introduce yourself and join the discussions. And preferably on video. Somebody come on video. I'm feeling like I'm only talking to myself. Yeah, hi. Are you sharing Anamika Priyadarshini? I don't know if your name is Anamika or Priyadarshini or both together. Okay, we'll give you some time. Meanwhile, Bhavna, yeah, you had some thought.
yeah. If in your experience, were there any unschooling failures, say as parents or as a kid itself, and they've put the kid in the school, or they struggled so much and stopped unschooling? I would like to know the reasons, or things that I can also avoid.
Can I give answer to this?
Okay. Yeah, but before that, yeah. Preeti will give
Yeah.
the answer, and I can. Uh, which is I was just about to say, which is why I don't like the word unschooling, because it refers to schooling as if we are running away from school. Yeah, Preeti. Now you
Mhm.
can you know what I'm talking about. So Preeti can
Yeah,
take this
exactly
forward.
that actually. Exactly that what Ratnesh just said ki it refers to unschooling means you're running away from school. No, it is not that. It is basically child-led learning where the center is the child and whatever is the child's need at that point of time, that is what is the learning for the child. So we are making this like keeping the child as the prime for us, and then we are maneuvering around based on the choices that the child takes. Okay, so today my child doesn't want to go to school and we are away, we are not doing schooling, we are भैया एक मिनट धीरे थोड़ा सा we are playing with the child or doing things whatever the child is wanting, we are exploring with the child like that. And when the child says ki, okay, now I think I want to go to school, I need this or that, or then exploring different schools also and going and seeing what is there, and also the child deciding whether he or she really wants that place or no, that also is up to the child. Then even after 3 months the child says ki, no, this is not suiting me, I don't like it and I don't want to continue, then also like coming out of it is again child led. So that is what we are like kind of doing.
Yeah. Let me add to that, Bhavna. I'll again take my son's example. My son at around 13 and a half decided he want to be a professional footballer. Now, professional footballer means he needs to go through some rigorous coaching, not just in football, but fitness and stuff like that. So, in a way, he joined a football school. Now, I'm just using the word school. It's not called a football school, it's called a football club, but it's the same thing. There, he has coaches and they will take him through a certain thing. It's exactly like a school, just that the academics is football and fitness and diet and all of that and strategy, right? So he from 13 and a half till 18, right? Or okay, let's say 14 to 18 and a half, about 4.5 to 5 years, he was in that football schools. He changed few clubs, so he changed few schools in that language, and he was being coached continuously, right? And he used to regard his coaches very, and wherever he did not like the coaches, he changed the club, right? Obviously, he was driving everything, right? But that was a school. In a way, to me, that's a school. And at 18 and a half, he said, no more football and no more of the schooling. In the sense, no more football coaching or no more football clubs. I want to do something else. And then when he shifted, he started doing stuff totally on his own with the help of, because he was 18, He wanted to become a professional in another field, so he started getting mentors and experts to guide him. So what I want you to realize is, first of all, when we are thinking about child-led learning or child-based learning, or sometimes we also call it open learning, every option is available to us. Any school, any college, only looking for one particular option, like football in his case, or going to a conventional school, or going to a conventional college, or giving some exams, or doing some courses or workshops, whatever. As Preeti said, whatever the child wants and needs, that is then the child chooses, rather than the world choosing for him that, oh no, you have to do this. Yeah, which is why personally we don't like the terms unschooling, homeschooling, because that's just trying to run away from schooling. We are saying, no, 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 no. We're not trying to run away from anyone. We're just going to let the child lead himself or herself. Does that help you, Bhavna?
Sure.
So in that
So if
sense,
you ask
in that
along with
sense, there are
the
no failures. There are only transitions from one. You may try something that will not work. You may try something else that will not work. Those are not failures, and failure is not a bad word. In fact, when you started saying, I wanted to tell you, unschoolers fail every day. If they're not failing, why are they doing unschooling? The whole joy of unschooling is you are free to fail every single day in whatever you do. Unlike school, who wants you to always succeed.
yeah,
Yeah,
got it.
sorry. Go ahead.
So if may I ask, along with football, your son was pursuing something else, or
No.
maybe just
Nothing. Only
studying
football.
every.
Only football, fitness, diet. Football, fitness, diet. That's it. From 4 o'clock in the morning till
Oh,
night till he was dead tired.
no.
So in a way, isn't it a school? Just that it's not a school as in the typical academic school, but that's also a school. Huh?
Yeah.
Does that also removes the pressure that just because you have chosen, you may call it unschooling, that's absolutely fine. Just because you have chosen unschooling doesn't mean now you have to be under the pressure to prove that my child never needs to go to school. There is nothing to prove to anybody. Only the child, and child has to see what is working for the child today. The child can, there have been children who have gone back from Aarohi, let's say back to school, did 2 years of schooling, come back to Aarohi, then and then can went back to home, did unschooling, then went back to school, then so they've been jumping in and out. Why not? Whatever works out for that particular child. Yeah, so please don't take any pressure. Which is
Yeah.
why maybe start using I'm doing child-led learning, or you can even say open learning, which means everything is available to me, including all the schools and colleges and exams of the world, if my child needs it. Right now, the child doesn't, at 3, the child is least bothered, but at 13, she may want something else. And at 18, another thing. Okay. Once again, hi Anamika, Priyadarshini, are you there? Would you like to say hello, introduce yourself? Would you like to ask something, share something? Would you like to know something about Aarohi? Uh, we have more been talking about unschooling because that's what Bhavna has been asking about. But if you want to know about Aarohi, I can talk about that. It depends on what are you looking for. Yeah, would you like to come on mic and speak? Or if that is not at all possible, mic and video, then maybe you can type in chat. Okay. In some ways, Bhavna, Jagriti program will is the first opening up. It will open you up to stop thinking things in these slots. Rather, rather start thinking about the child. I'm not saying you're not thinking. I'm sure as an unschooler, mother, family, you're already thinking so much about the child. But normally we end up thinking about learning, 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 learning. Yeah, no, 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 no. That's not the unschooling. The learning part the child will do, right? You have to think about other more enjoyable things, more interesting things. And that is the once you shift from there, then you aren't worrying about the child's learning, because the person who should be worried about the child's learning is not you, it's the child should be coming back and saying, I'm not getting good at this, I'm not able to do this, or I want to do this but I'm not able to, or not getting there, or whatever it is, and the child will come back. So the learning responsibility is handed over to the child, then the fun starts. In some ways, the most important benefit the parent gets by unschooling or open learning, whatever you want to call it, is that we start here enjoying our children far, far more rather than more worrying. Less, zero worries, almost zero worries, and enjoying it and connecting with them, enjoying working with them, doing things with them, failing with them, being with them. Does that sound exciting? That's the deal about child based education, that you enjoy it the most. I'm sure you're already enjoying it. Yeah, kid evaluates on his own. You also give feedback, just like, let's say, between you and your husband. It's not that you don't evaluate things on your own. You do a whole lot of evaluation, but he gives feedback, correct? In the same way, it happens with the child. Child is like a third member in your family, and the fourth member if there are two children. So it's not about so much about evaluation, but the responsibility is not about on you. Anyway, when the child was 1 year old, the child's learning responsibility was not on you. The child learned everything on his own. Learned how to talk, how to walk, how to turn in the bed, how to crawl, how to eat. You didn't teach anything. So think about it. The first 1 year or almost 2 years, you were not responsible for the child's education. The child was. Now why are we taking it in our hands? Unless you say, no, no, Ratnesh, I did all my child's education the first 1 or 2 years. In a way, the whole world does unschooling in first and second and maybe third year, if depending on when they start putting the children in school. Till the day you don't put the child in the school, at least that many years, everybody does unschooling, isn't it, Bhavna? Everybody in this world, including we went through unschooling when we were 1 year, 2 years old. And then somebody decided, either our parents or somebody, you better get schooled. And also, people say, oh, the child learns humongous amounts in the first few years. See, proof of how unschooling works.
And earlier, maybe 4 5 years, there was no school concept, at least
True,
till 5 years. And then
true, true.
sudden early education has just built that competition or that pressure mindset for no reason at all.
No, the reason is their monetary reason. It's a business. It's a
Yeah.
wonderful business.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Myself is Ravi Singh.
Yeah, hi, Ravi.
My wife is Anamika. Okay. My daughter
Sure,
name is Avira Singh.
sure,
Uh, she turned 5 this February.
sure.
So last year I enrolled her in the Air Force School Subrato Park in New Delhi. Right.
Mhm.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah, I'm listening.
Okay. However, over time, both my wife and I started feeling uncomfortable with the environment and overall experience.
Sure,
All right.
sure,
We felt that the such a young age, our child was being placed under too many strict rules and constant instructions. All right.
sure,
So instead of enjoying her childhood freely, it sometimes felt as though she was expected to behave in a very controlled and disciplined manner all of the time.
sure,
Right. So, as a parent, we want Avira to grow in an environment where she feels happy, emotionally comfortable, confident, and able to express herself naturally while
sure,
still learning and developing in a healthy way.
sure,
Right, sir? So, please guide me because मैंने उसका नाम वहाँ से हटा लिया है स्कूल से. So, please guide me,
sure,
sir,
sure.
how we can proceed further.
See, if you ask me, the most beautiful place right now for her is her home.
Okay.
That's it. That's the best school, if you want to call it school, but that won't be school. That will be a wonderful place where she can lead her own learning.
Okay.
Okay. That's it.
Yes,
I
yes.
was just giving an example. I don't know if you heard that. The first few years of our life, all of us, all our children, all of us, we learn on our own. The first 1 year, we learn everything on our own. Nobody educates us how to walk or how to talk or how to eat or how to turn or whatever or how to play. We do everything. We learn on our own. We lead our learning. We are leaders, and everybody allows
Yeah.
us to lead us. Avira to lead herself in the first
Okay.
few years of her life. First, when she was 0 to 1, 1 to 2, and so that's a proof. That's a proof that a child is designed to. Child has all the resources inside her to lead her learning. She will need help, support. That all of us need. Even at 56, I need a lot of resources, help, and guidance from people.
Okay.
So that's not the
Okay.
issue. The issue is, but I lead my life at 56 and decide what I want to do, isn't it? I'm sure you do, Ravi, at your age. And the child was doing it when the child was 1 year old. So if you're asking me, I'll say the most amazing place for the child to learn is home. Okay. And I will let Preeti also share her journey.
Okay.
The best part, which I'm sure Preeti will also talk about, is that we start enjoying the child and learning with the child and growing with the child far, far more. Otherwise, school, what happens? You send the child to school and the child only comes back with a lot more homework and then homework done and back to school. And so on, it just goes on. We stop enjoying the whole journey of education because we have outsourced it. Nothing wrong with it if somebody wants to
Okay.
outsource it. But when you insource it, as parents, you are thoroughly enjoying. Yeah. As well as the child is
Okay.
enjoying, the child is happy because the child is deciding, the child is leading her learning. Yeah. Now, this is just
Okay.
the first time if you are listening, talking about this, it will obviously it's a very new thing, but we are there to
Uh-huh.
support every parent to be able to do this because we have done this. My daughter is
Okay.
27, my son is 21. Both of them have not gone to school, no 10th, no 12th, no college, no degree, no certificates.
Okay.
Right? All their life, they've done exactly what they wanted to do with themselves.
Okay.
Yeah. So and not just my two children at Aarohi, there have been so many children like that. So I'm just saying we are there to guide and support you. Not that you have to need us. I'm not saying that, but at least you can know that at least there's one group which is available for support, for guidance, for everything.
Okay.
Whatever you need as a parent, the child doesn't need. Uh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Ravi.
If you allow me, so let me tell about our lifestyle. So also our lifestyle involve frequent traveling, right? My wife Anamika is a professional influencer,
Mm-hmm.
and she passed out from New Delhi main campus, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm currently involved in the export import business. So, because of our work and commitment, we
Mm-hmm.
travel quite often, and
Okay.
want our daughter to grow in an environment that is more flexible, nutritious, and the emotionally comfortable for her. Right, sir?
Sure,
So for us, mm, her happiness, confidence, creativity, and overall development are more important at this stage than a very
sure.
rich structures. We
Mm-hmm.
simply want her to enjoy learning while still being able to live her childhood naturally and happily. So please
Sure.
guide us accordingly. So so we can proceed further.
Yeah. Yeah,
So we
Ravi,
can
see,
take good
first of
decision
all,
on
we,
behalf of my.
yeah, first of all, it won't
Yes, sir.
happen
Yes.
in a day. That I can't guide you in a day. Okay. What I will
Okay.
suggest
Okay.
is, I will suggest two things. One is, which is what I was telling
Okay.
Bhavna also, is the Jagrati program. Now, that
Mhm.
program is not about homeschooling,
Okay.
unschooling. That program is first about you as a parent, preparing yourself to understand the child. Because whether the child goes to school or not, that's not the question. Even if the child goes to school, even if the child is at Hans doing homeschooling, unschooling, whatever words you want to use, any which way we need to, the more we understand the child, the more we are connected, the deeper the relationship, the bet you can say, the more wholesome as a parent we are offering ourselves to the child. So for the first person we need to work on is
Okay.
not the child, is on us.
Okay.
And I would invite you to join that, both the parents, even if you are traveling a lot, doesn't matter, you still can do that program. It's an online program. Do that, as simple as that. I'm literally commanding you, do that.
Okay.
Do
Okay.
that because it will make a huge difference to you, whether you
Hmm.
send the child to school or not, irrespective of that.
Okay.
Yeah. uh, that's the first step. And meanwhile, we have a recorded course also, which is called as "Is Homeschooling Unschooling for Me and My Child?" It's a recorded course. I can give you the link of that. Okay,
Okay.
you'll have to sign up. It's just 9.99, and you will get a
Okay.
lot of answers to your lot of questions.
Okay. No problem,
Okay,
sir.
so
Give me
that's a
the
good
link.
starting
So.
point. Yeah, I will send to you. What
Okay.
I'm saying is, you will get a lot of answers. So I don't have to repeat the same thing. It is all there. You can keep doing it like a guide, and it will answer all your questions. But so these are
Mhm.
just the starting. I'm giving you the starting steps. After Jagriti, if you say yes, I am fully ready to dive in and enjoy this journey with my child. Okay, uh, then I would invite you, your family, to be part of Arohi, on a regular basis. But that's afterwards, not right now. First, the first step I would say is Jagriti, and side by side, if you have questions about, hey, will I be able to do unschooling? What does it require for me to do it? How all do I do it? Then there is a online. It's not a time based course. It's not live classes. It's a recorded course. You can go it at your convenience during your travels and all, and you will get
Okay.
most of the answers. But what I can assure you from our experiences, mine, Preeti's, and so many families, that thousands of families that we have all been in this journey together, is that it's very, very joyous. It's 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 very it's a beautiful experience. It's so fulfilling, is what I can say.
Mhm. Yes. Yes. Totally agree
Yeah,
with this
it's
point of
not.
view, sir.
It's about the things that you are talking about. It's not about anything else. It's about. It's like how you have chosen your careers based on what is fulfilling to you and to your wife. In the same way, the child's career is to go deep into herself and enjoy this beautiful world and learn from the world right now. So that she we should allow her to choose that. That's how it
Okay.
goes.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Okay.
also have Vidhi who has joined. Hi, Vidhi. Would you like to say hi to the group? We have been just chit chatting. S- yeah. For the um, Ravi, for the Jagriti program, we have a batch in June. This Jagriti program we started in 2002. So it's been running. We do two
Okay.
batches in a
Okay.
year, and now it's the 67th batch, which is starting in June. I've given the link in the chat. Yeah. And the other program that I was talking about is called as, I'll give you the link. I can also send you the link on WhatsApp
Okay.
also later on. So you
Okay.
can look
So
up
So
these. Yeah, go ahead.
before we start, we have to come to Bangalore.
No,
So
no,
how
no, no,
we
no. You
can
don't have to come to Bangalore. No, no, not at all. Don't have to come to Bangalore at all.
okay,
You have to go to your child.
okay,
This is not a joke. This is the most serious joke I can make with you.
okay,
If we all are able to listen to our child, understand our child, study our child, then believe me, we can do wonders with our child. I keep telling parents year after year, uh, I would have worked with like 20, 30,000 parents by now. I only say one thing. I want to sell you one thing, only one
okay,
thing. You know what I want to sell you? I want to sell you your child.
okay.
People don't want to buy that.
Mm-hmm.
People want to buy success. People want to buy their own fears. People want to buy their own concerns. People want to buy their own expectations. I say, no, don't buy all of that. Buy your child.
Uh,
Listen to your child.
my,
Observe your
my
child. Learn
person.
about the child. I think if you do that, then wherever the child is, you can make a huge difference to your child. Yeah,
Okay,
it may
okay.
sound very funny. You will say, yeah, yeah, I already
So
understand my child. But that's where I'm calling you to Jagrati. When you start Jagrati, you'll realize, oh, I thought I am understanding my child, but I'm looking only
yeah,
mhm.
one little part
actually
of the
very
child.
deep. It's actually very deep.
My point is, sir, my perspective is that I want to Avira to truly explore in the best possible way and grow into
Yeah,
her
yeah. But
own
who knows this
individuality,
best
right?
possible way? Tell me. Tell me who
Of
knows
course,
this. Albert
you.
Einstein knows it. No, 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 no. I don't know this. I can very clearly tell you no.
Okay.
I don't know it. Do you know it? No. Who knows what is the best possible for your child?
Um,
Sorry. So I had one question to Ravi, if I may.
Yeah, but before that,
that's why I'm here, sir.
Bhavna, would you like to answer this question? Who knows what is best for the child?
I think the child itself.
Exactly. The child knows what is best for the child.
Mm.
If we understand that, then there is magic inside every child. Is there magic inside your child, Ravi? Nobody else can discover it. The child has to discover it. Anyway,
True.
Bhavna wanted to ask you something, Ravi.
So, Ravi, as you mentioned that you have to
Mm.
travel, and even your wife. So, did you mean that you will not be able to spend too much time with your kid, and so you want to
Mm.
think about unschooling? Or I just wanted to check on that. Hello, am I audible? Hello, am I
Yeah,
audible,
Hello.
to
Ravi?
me you are audible. To me you are audible. Yes.
Yeah, Ravi, I think you're on mute.
Yes, sir. I'm here, sir.
Yeah, Bhavna was asking a question. Could you get her question?
So I was asking Ravi if you'd mentioned that you travel and your wife as well travels. So you want to spend like quality. You were not able to spend too much time with your daughter, and so you want to explore on schooling, or what exactly is your reason?
Uh, so exactly, I cannot answer this question because my
Sorry, your voice
you
is
have
You're
breaking.
to
breaking.
talk like.
Sorry, you're breaking. I couldn't hear. But if that's what it is, Ratnesh, if a parent is not able to give entire time to the kid, um, is is alternate schooling still possible, or child led
Oh
learning
yes,
still
yes,
possible?
yes. Oh yes, 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 yes. Please don't think that you have to give a lot of time to the child. In fact, don't do that. The first thing I will say is if you are giving too much time to your child, then poor child. You know what I mean? No. What I'm trying to, no,
Yeah.
no, I don't mean it that way. That's just a joke. What I'm trying to say, it's not the time at all, Bhavna. We are looking through the wrong windows. We're looking through windows of time and success. That is not the window child looks at herself. Yeah. Also, at different ages, the child is looking at the world in very different way. At 3 years, the child may have a different need, isn't it, Bhavna?
Yeah.
Yeah. But not at 9. The same need will not
Mm.
be there. Right? The worst thing that we can do is parent a 3-year-old and a 9-year-old in the same way. Don't do that. Grow with the child. Become a 9-year-old's
Mm.
mother, not a 3-year-old's mother when she is
Okay.
9. Yeah. How she behaves at 3, she is not the same at 9. And definitely she is not the same at 15.
Yeah.
Right? So, what I'm trying to say, it's not the time. It's actually not anything else. That's why I'm saying let's not buy all these notions about time and quality and success and this and that. Let's let's understand the child, and when we do that, then we can work with the child in so many different ways. In fact, a lot of people say, hey, both of parents are working. I say, what do you mean by both parents are working? The child is also working. What do you mean by child is not working? What does the child do whole day? The child works, and that work is learning, that work is education, the work is serious. Yeah. So serious that recently I was at a beach and in Vishakhapatnam, and it was very sunny, very hot. But these children were out in the sand, which was burning hot, making lots of different things in that dry sand. They were making their tunnels, castles, whatever. Right? Now imagine such harsh condition, very hot sun. They're directly under the sun. They are not wet. Sand is not wet. There is no cooling around. They're not asking for water. They're not asking for anything. These were not my children. I was just observing some children. And they were like for hours just doing that. That's how seriously they work. Agreed?
Yeah.
So they are working and they are earning. Their earning is camouflaged in the word learning. Just hide the L and it's earning only. So earn, and they're earning a lot.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe not in terms of money because they're learning that kind of earning, the L kind of earning. So when we start thinking like that, it isn't about us. As I was again and again telling you, y- you are not the main person. So if we say, oh, if I can't give a lot of time to my child, then schooling won't happen. That means you are important. But if you turn that around and say child is important, then you need to see where you need to give time to my child today or this week or this month. And you're thinking in that short a time span. You're not thinking for next 1 year how much time I'll need to give. You're thinking today how much time I need to give to my child. And then working around your schedules and see how do I give that. Keeping in mind you also have your other things to do. So I always say to all the parents that all of you should work. Do things which you like doing and also do things with the child. And together create each other's. If you are not doing that, then you're missing out something. So you don't have to dedicate your let's say adulthood to the child's unschooling. Don't do that. You will burn yourself out very soon. Or even if you don't burn yourself out, you'll burn the child out by saying, let's do this, let's go there. See, I've got a new
Mm.
book. See, I've got a new toy. Don't do that. Let the child lead and understand the child and then see where the child needs you. The child will come. The child will tell you, even at 3 years, even at 5, even at 8, in which way the child needs. And the child is ready to adjust so that the child also gets you as well as the child is able to get other people and self time and so on. The duration may vary. Right now, she may be asking, demanding for more time, but that's not does not mean that everything has to be driven by that.
Mm.
Yeah, all our life, both me and my wife worked. Yeah, we worked in Aarohi, that's a different thing, but then we were not with our child the whole day.
Okay.
But that's what the magic of unschooling or open learning is, that you create an environment which is aligned with the child, and then the child is taking the responsibility.
Understood.
Yeah, I know a lot of it will look like, what is this guy talking about? But that's where that is what we are here to share with you. Yeah, because we have done this, we have learned this, and we have learned this from so many other families, including our own experience. So that is what we would love to share with others. And whether you are working in an organization, Bhavna, or just working at home or being at home, have your own time. That's very, very important.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will let me share with you another link. This is also this is a very quick. We did a five session workshop. This is also on demand. Let me share this link with you. This we did. Wait, just one moment. Mm. This is also on demand. This is just 5 hours. That's all. 5 days we did 5 hours. This was done at 5 a.m. in the morning. Um, this workshop is called How to Do Homeschooling, Unschooling, Open Learning. So it's just a 5 hour recordings that you need to go through, and then this itself will open up. This itself will tell you, oh, so what I'm thinking, I have to give time. I have to think about this, and I have to think about that. But if we recalibrate this, then suddenly the responsibility is with the child, not with us. Even at 3 years, they are responsible for their learning. And then we play a secondary role, not the primary role. And that is actually very empowering to the child, because then the child is thinking and coming up with ideas and solutions and ways and means which they are capable of at 3 years. Yeah, look at this if anything that you like. So I can only share what all we have learned. Whether this makes sense, if it makes sense, you can be part of some of the work that we have done. This is also a recorded workshop. We did it in 2005, sorry, 2025 the first time, and then we recorded it, and we have been sharing this with people. So yeah, you see which one, what in what way you want to look at.
Sure.
Yeah, but again, remove the stress from your mind. I'm again and again saying, remove the stress that you are responsible. Ask yourself this question every day: who is the heroine of my daughter's movie? Who is the heroine?
That's her.
Sorry.
That's her herself.
Yes. Yeah, she has to be the heroine of her movie, not you. If we start taking ourselves very seriously, then I don't know. Then it's not. Then it, in a way, it becomes a kind of a schooling. Then, because then I am schooling her the way I want her to be. It's like mom schooling or dad schooling or parent schooling. It's no more
Mm.
unschooling. But when she's driving herself, then it's truly child-led learning. More perspectives, obviously, in Jagrati. Okay, so we'll pause today. Ravi, I had shared both the guide link and the Jagrati link.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
the third link is for Bhavna. That's not for you. The long link you see in the chat window, if you see it. If you don't see it, I'll once again share these two links for you. You can always reach out to me on the WhatsApp. If you don't have our number, this is the WhatsApp number in the chat. Um, yeah, so you can look at the Jagrati program and the guide. Bhavna, you can definitely should look at the Jagrati. And if you want to do this small workshop, because Jagrati is a little far away, it's starting on 26 June. By the time you would have done this, so if you want to do this, this is more specific to unschooling. Jagrati is not about unschooling or homeschooling or about schooling. It's about us. So Jagrati is different, very, very different.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
And obviously, if you have some questions, you can always come and ask in these Saturday meetups. That is, this is always available.
Sure. Thanks,
Okay,
Atish. That is
thank you.
helpful. Thank
Sir,
you.
Yep.
sir, we have I have your number. If any confusion or difficulty I feel, so can I ping you, sir?
Both yes and no. That is why I'm giving you resources. See, I can't do one to one with everybody.
Okay, okay,
Okay. That is why I'm giving you resources which will work for you. What I'm asking you, start with the guide because you can start sign up for that today itself. Okay.
okay,
And you can scroll through the videos and other content as and when you have time and as and when you have questions. Okay. That is one. So the guide is important for you. And the Jagrati program is for both of you as parents to understand the child. So I'm suggesting work with these two because even if you ask me a question, I'll direct you to those. But if you need a specific, kind of, okay, how do I, kind of do this? Feel free to still ping. Just that don't expect me to be guiding one to one. I would usually point you to a resource which then you can use and access and lead. And once you have done these two, and if you feel that yes, Aarohi is an organization which we would like to support us on a day-to-day basis because uh, we need help, we need support, then we have that also. But we'll come to that later. Right now, let me not send you too many links.
okay, okay,
Okay. So start with the guide and the Jagriti program, which starts on 26th June. But you can register for it right now.
okay, okay,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so
And you
much.
can
Thank
keep
you so much.
coming back to these Saturday meetups. Your wife can also join in, right? So here, if you have quick doubts about unschooling or whatever, you can always clarify here. Unschooling,
Okay.
homeschooling, or whatever, since you want that kind of education for your child.
Thank you so much, sir.
Sure. Okay. Bye bye.